Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday was a bit of a chaotic day, so I had to just pre-record a video, but tonight I am doing a YouTube live. How are we all? We'll wait for a few people to actually jump in on the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've all got your espressos ready. I do. This is a very strong coffee that I've got tonight because I don't know why. It's had the worst sleep. You know when you have those like really annoying sleeps, yeah. Anyway, long story short, that is why I've got this monster right here. It's like a mug of coffee. Welcome, Tobias, Spain in the house. How are we? I hope you're all doing well. Let me know wherever you're watching from around the world. It's always cool to see where everybody's tuning in from. And if you've got your coffees ready, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I do have mine. I'm going to have a sip of it while we wait for a few more people. Welcome, Ordis. How are we? Yeah. Did anyone catch the video yesterday? And there's a lot of ETFs that are going live this week, which is really nice to see. Again, we've had Solana doing insanely well for its first opening night on Wall Street last night. We've also had Litecoin, Hedera. There's another Grayscale exchange-traded fund that is going live also. Welcome, Patrick, from Germany. Good to see you. Good to speak to you, actually. Sorry, in the chat. We've got Troy right here. Welcome, Australia, mate. Awesome. Really good to see Aussies. There's been a few updates in relation to cryptos and regulation here in Australia. We're going to go through all of that. Anyway, let's get into the main crux of the video, and it's predominantly XRP, that is for sure. We're going to go over the XRP rich list, and I'm doing this because, again, I've been doing this for like 5 years on my YouTube channel. I do believe that there is going to be, obviously, a massive increase in inflow in the XRP cryptocurrency itself. But when you think about the amount of capital that's coming into this space, and I actually went on the Securities and Exchange website, and we're going to go through this as well. We're going to go through the Securities and Exchange website together and actually have a read through all of the S1 amendments that all of these exchange traded funds have submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. There's a lot on there. There is a significant amount of filings on the SEC website, so we're going to go through that. Welcome, Spud Murphy. Yes, I'm all good here. I'm just a little bit tired today, so I've got a monster coffee. And probably going to have an early night tonight. That's why I'm getting on a little bit earlier on the live stream, ladies and gents. Anyway, let's get into this. So today we're going to go over, of course, CoinMarketCap, see what's going on there. Yes, my dividend investing book, Money Never Sleeps. We're going to go over Earn Curve, the bots, trading. I've got a really cool concept I want to put forward to you guys, because I was thinking about it before, and again, I just want to put it past my audience, so stick around for that. My bots are in profit on Octobot, which is nice, especially the XRP one. It's up 5.15% in like 6 days, which is crazy when you think about that. The XRP rich list. We're going to go over, of course, the legal expert. This is Bill Morgan. He's a legend, by the way, on, of course, the regulators delaying the XRP ETFs, which is frustrating. We've got an interesting update in relation to David Schwartz as well, the CTO of Ripple. I'm not sure. I think he's still there until the end of the year. I don't know. I have to check that. But we've got an update from him in regards to the escrow. Yes, we're going to go through the Securities and Exchange website to look at all the S1 filings. We've got a crypto ETF report, Ethereum ETFs, top Bitcoin with $246 million in inflows. We do have Australia now classifying stablecoins, wrap tokens as financial products in updated guidance. This is the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, so it's like the United States, I guess. We've got France stuns Europe, and lawmakers adopt Bitcoin and ban the digital euro, which I think is good because, again, who wants a central bank digital currency? Why? It's just ridiculous. Western Union dollar-backed stablecoin is coming to Solana. That is huge, and we're going to go through all of the news on X. So there's a lot to go through. Keep waiting for a few more people right now. The Godfather's in the house. That is really cool. We've got Derek as well. Burnham on the couch saying good morning. Good morning. Is that couch? Crouch. On crouch. I thought you said couch. Sorry, mate. Saying good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gents. All right. I'm going to have a sip of the coffee. Let's get into the video and live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everybody, to the Wall Street Bull. I hope you're all doing well. Again, I love documenting my journey with investing, with dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course, cryptocurrency. If you are new to my channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because as you see right here, I love documenting my journey with investing in all of these incredible assets. So come along on this incredible journey. It's been insane so far. Also, if you can give this live stream a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves when you find ladies and gentlemen do that. So give it a thumbs up. You guys rock. It's down there. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose, ladies and gents, but you can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto and, of course, any other investment. So please be careful out there. Do your own research. This live stream is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Right, ladies and gentlemen. People have enough of holding XRP. Nothing happened yet. Be patient. We've got Shan. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Melbourne's in the house. That's nice to see a fellow Melburnian in the house. Okay, so let's get into CoinMarketCap today and see what's going on. We do have a total crypto market cap of $3.81 trillion. This is nothing compared to where we're going in the next couple of months. That's just my opinion. $169 billion in volume. It is in the red. I'm not worried about that. We are at 39 on the Fear and Greed Index, sitting at 27 out of 100. That is Bitcoin season still. We have not even touched altcoin season yet. ETF inflows yesterday was fascinating, though. $448 million. Majority of that went to Ethereum. Now, what do you think about that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm curious about that, because I can't wait to see XRP here. I've been waiting, nearly 6 years for this to display XRP. I live in Melbourne to Arkansas. Is that right? Welcome to the live stream. It was a lot of money in inflows, so we could see some significant inflows this week. And when we start seeing inflows like we did earlier, days like this, when you have, I guess in the last 30 days, it was a while ago, $1.2 billion, that's when you start seeing some pretty big movements in the crypto market. Like early October, we'll start to see that move. Now, coming over to my watch list so everyone can see, I do share these in the Wall Street Bull University. Be honest, I haven't done it recently because I've just been so busy, but I will do it tonight. I'll get that done. So coming over to my watch list, and everyone should have a watch list, just putting it out there. In the last 24 hours, the market's been red. Kin, Solargenic, Casper, Nervos Network, CKB, Digibyte, AMP, T-Fuel, and Ravane are the top gainers. If you come over to market cap, Bitcoin is at $113,000 today. It is still up 4.6 on the week. Ethereum's up as well, 4% in the last week, 4,022. XRP, 9% this week, $2.63. And again, people need to understand that they're only focused on the slight price movements of this asset, right? But if you go to the year, it's 399% up this year alone. We have got so many ETFs coming for this. It's just mind-blowing to see what's coming. Solana. Now, the ETFs did go live last night on Wall Street. I think it was BSOL, which was interesting. We're up, in the last year, 8%. But if you go to the last month, let's have a look. It's down 6. In the last week, we're up 5.6. I mean, if you go all-time, though, it's 20... What is that? 23,000%. So again, look at this. This is when FTX collapsed around this period right here. That is when I purchased in the market into Solana because I saw that as opportunity. And of course, it's just been, pretty much sideways for a while. But now the ETF went live. We could see it move substantially higher. Okay, so just be patient. There's more ETFs. There's more institutional capital. It just needs time to build. ladies and gentlemen. It needs time to build. But it's really exciting to see that the first spot Solana ETFs went live last night. And of course, there's more going live tonight, which is awesome. Dogecoin at 19 cents today. Cardano's at 64. Chainlink $17. XLM is at 32 cents. Sui's at $2.49. I do have a grid bot set up on that. Litecoin is at $97. Polkadot $3. Near Protocol $2.24. ICP $3.06. I remember this being, I'm not kidding, 140 Australian dollars during the peak of the 21 bull market. Unbelievable. XDC was a lot higher as well. That's at 6 cents. Immutable X, I don't know. I'm still holding that, but who knows where that's going to go. And Quant, $79. This has less of a supply than Bitcoin, but we'll see where this one goes. But there you go. Top altcoins and cryptos in, of course, my watch list. Money never sleeps. Now, again, I don't know if anyone understands what this is about. So dividend investing for me has been a big part of my life, and I've written this ebook for everybody to read so they get a really good understanding of it. Again, people are going to need to understand what to do with their crypto gains. Okay, it's one thing paying off your house and all of this stuff, and buying your cars and whatever your heart desires, so to speak. But the bills and utility bills, the cash flow that you need, the requirement for that does not stop. Okay, because bills and everything comes all the time, every month, every week. We need to get cash flow. So that is the reason why I wrote Money Never Sleeps. This is going to essentially give you the knowledge and expertise to know what to do with your crypto gains. All right. So if you haven't gone to get a copy of Money Never Sleeps, go get it. It's at the Wall Street Bull Official, as you can see. And this will be the best $40 you've ever spent. It's taken me a while to write this. Go read it. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. Thank you for those of you that have joined as well. Signed up, registered, KYC'd. I have applied those 10% discounts to your trading, of course. Now, again, my bots are working for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, I do have a really cool idea, and I would like your feedback on this, right? So I was having a brainstorm session today for the exchange and, of course, Octobot. Now, again, I don't know whether or not this can be done, but I'm a lunatic when it comes to these ideas, and I love it. But the XRP or any cryptocurrency bot that you would like to use or trade with, potentially, I'm thinking of starting, I'm calling it a harvest grid bot, right? So at the moment, the grid bots are working, they're trading for me flat out, as you can see right here, all of the trading going on. However, I would love to start a harvest grid bot, meaning there would be essentially, you know, a trading bot that would trade the markets for you, but it would have essentially a base amount. Anything above that amount would go into a second, call it vault, and that would allow you to accumulate USDT rather than the bot just, you know, consistently using the capital in like your trading wallet. So say, for example, you have 100 USDT in that. That bot uses that to trade. Anything above 150, the 50 comes out, the 100 remains in the account. I'm wanting to build that because that would give users on EarnCurve and, of course, Octobot the potential to build up their USDT holdings when trading the market. So I'm calling it right now. It's called a harvest bot. Harvest, and I thought of that today because it's really cool to incorporate into EarnCurve and, of course, Octobot. So I've sent out a message to the Octobot team to see if they can actually develop this. It's a big ask, but we'll see. What do you guys actually think about that? So again, it would still trade the grid market, but you know, essentially all of the USDT that you make from your gains, think of it like passive income or yield generating for grid trading. So back in the day, I mean, I had to manually take out, you know, my USDT profits and put them into another account. So with this, it would be fully automated. So it'd be like receiving a dividend, so to speak, from your grid trading bots. So it's pretty cool. So let me know in the live chat what you think about that. Anyway, my XRP Navigator bot is up 5.002%, which is crazy. And again, this is trading the XRP grid, as you can see right here. These are doing insanely well. Coming back over here as well, I should say. The Ethereum one's up 3.8%. By the way, I don't even know what these figures would be annualized because it's crazy to think what this is going to be bringing back into the EarnCurve account right here. My top coins accelerator bot's in the green. My Solana bot's in the green as well. The only one that's down is the Bitcoin one because, again, it just keeps dropping. Everything's in the green apart from Bitcoin. The SUI one is up. The Ethereum trading with Bitcoin grid strategy is also up as well because I'm trading Ethereum with Bitcoin, which is a really cool way to generate, of course, and accumulate more of these assets, all right? So, again, I'm really bullish on this, and I'm thinking about that idea with the harvest grid. So we'll see how we go with that, and I'll keep everyone updated. But guys, go register and join up on EarnCurve KYC, and I will apply a 10% discount. Doesn't get any better than that. These are trading for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with artificial intelligence, I should say. Now, welcome to the live stream, ladies and gents. My favorite part is the XRP rich list. I'm having a sip of the coffee, but to be in the top 10%, mind you, I do believe this will change in the coming months. There's no doubt about this. These figures are going to change drastically with institutional capital coming into this space. You'd need to be holding to be in top 10% today, and it's October 2025, 2,352. To be in the top 5%, 8,146. 10,400 to be in top 4%, 15,220 in 3%, 24,438 to be in the top 2%, 50,000 XRP. Again, you'd basically be needing to hold to be in the top 1%. We also have 92,000 XRP. You'd need to be holding 0.5. That is a lot. And of course, 187,000, 300,000. You're in the top 3 echelons of XRP wallet holders. I will say that there's only 716 XRP whales holding 5.4 million. I wonder who that is. Let me know in the live chat what you think about who these actually are. But that's a lot of people right there. But I believe this will increase. As you can see, the wallet count on the right-hand side has increased dramatically, since December. It's just literally like a right angle right here. Where are we today? 20th of October, 25th. 27th is 7.1 million people currently hold XRP. So when you think about that, it's not a lot around the world. So that is the updated XRP rich list. It fluctuates. And again, gosh, I think that's going to, going to get a lot harder to be in the top 10% in the next couple of months. That is for sure. Let me know what you think about that in the live chat. Sorry, guys, I'm just feeling a little bit crook at the moment. It's a bit bad. Top legal expert slams regulators for holding back XRP amid spot ETF delay. Bill Morgan. And again, he's stating facts. A legal expert has criticized the regulators for what he sees as persistent bias against XRP following the rapid approval and launch of several new cryptocurrency exchange-traded funds. He's definitely got a point. And specifically, pro-Ripple lawyer Bill Morgan expressed frustration after it emerged that the spot ETFs for Solana, Litecoin, Hedera had been cleared to begin trading in the United States. And look at what he says. It's absolute facts. I had a strong feeling XRP ETFs would not be next. There is always a delay when it comes to XRP, always held back. It's true. It has been like this for, 5 years now. There's always a delay. But you know what? The XRP army is very strong. There's a lot of support for Ripple. In my world anyway, it's crazy. This is just like a monster waiting to be unleashed. That is the truth. There's an interesting one, though. Ripple CTO reveals stunning XRP escrow fact as rights might be sold. This is interesting. I just came across this today. But replying to an ongoing debate about market cap metrics, Schwartz stated that while XRP locked in escrow cannot be circulated until its scheduled release dates, Ripple could sell the rights to receive those tokens in advance, or even transfer the accounts that escrows eventually settle into. The clarification is a significant one because XRP's total supply stands at 100 billion tokens. Hand them to me, please. With about 65 billion in circulation and more than 35 billion locked in across thousands of escrow contracts. Now, Ripple could sell the right to receive the tokens. This is from David Schwartz, released from escrow, or even sell the accounts the escrows complete into. But the XRP still can't circulate until their release dates. So that's interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder what's going to happen with that. I wonder if they're actually going to be accumulating and buying up more XRP from the escrow. I don't know. Now, if you're welcome to the live stream, guys, but I did one thing which was fascinating. I actually went to the Securities and Exchange website, and anyone can do this. There is a Edgar here right now, which is a search panel. It's quite tricky to navigate, but there are, there's Wisdom Tree XRP Fund, Canary XRP Fund, Volatility Shares, Canary, Franklin Templeton right here, Coin Shares. There's a lot of S1 amendments. And as you can see right here, the Canary one, there was a registration that was amended on the 24th of October, which was not that long ago. As you can see right here, if we open the document, again, there's a lot of amendments coming through. And I did put this into AI. So essentially they have, I'm not entirely sure whether or not this comes under the category of the generic listing standards, which I'm sure that's the reason why these amendments have been put through. But 90 days for review. That would put this into next year, which is fine. But we may see these actually approved even sooner than we think. I suspect all of these amendments that are on the SEC's website, the S1A-A registration statements, will come under the generic listing standards. So we could see all of these updates just basically go through. I mean, look at this. There's Evernorth Holdings here as well. Prospectus and communication re-business combination. It's really fascinating. Like, you can just go through the SEC's website and have a read of all of these amendments. It's fascinating. Let's have a look here. We've got some comments. I hold XRP in 5 different wallets. A lot of people would be the same. So 7 million people wouldn't hold XRP. I think it would be more like about 2. Well, we'll see about that. There's definitely 7 million wallets. There'll be more than 7 million people buying this once these ETFs go live, that's for sure. We've got Kerry right here. ETFs go live on the 30th November. There is 20-day clause. There we go. Updated filings. I did see that. Sorry, 30th of October. So that's not long. That's basically tomorrow here in Australia. So that's fascinating. G'day, Luke. How are you, mate? Welcome to the live stream. So that's cool. We definitely could see these go live this week. That's what I believe anyway. So, you know, with all of the approvals and the generic listing standards now, this is all going to be fast-tracked to approval. It's really exciting. We do have, again, a lot of money coming into ETFs as well. Very, very nice. And now Australia issued some new guidance clarifying how laws apply to digital assets. Under the new guidance, products such as stablecoins, wrap tokens are now considered financial products, meaning providers would need to obtain a license, which is very interesting. An Australian financial regulator has released an updated version guidance clarifying how countries' existing financial services laws apply to digital assets. The Australian Securities and Investments Commission said on Wednesday a statement that it now considers products such as stablecoins, wrap tokens, tokenized securities, and digital asset wallets as financial products. Companies therefore need to obtain a local financial services license to offer such products. There you go. So again, this is another hurdle here to, of course, go through the Australian regulators. And many widely traded digital assets are financial products under the current law and will remain so under the government's proposed law reform, meaning that many providers will require a financial services license, said ASIC Commissioner. Licensing ensures consumers receive full suite of protections under the law. Yes, they do. Specifically, ASIC is granting a sector-wide no-action relief until June 2026 next year to give businesses time to assess the guidance and seek licenses. ASIC also proposed relief for certain stablecoin and wrap distributors and custodians of digital asset financial products ahead of the recently proposed law reforms. The regulator said that the proposed relief responds to industry feedback from its earlier consultation. And of course, these updates came through today, so I'm going to have to read through them, of course, because this does apply to, of course, EarnCurve. And again, if I was to, obviously get this financial license, which is a requirement, definitely going to be adding some different things in terms of US equities, because again, I'm really bullish on US equities, so keep an eye on this space, that is for sure. France stuns Europe right now, which is awesome. Lawmakers adopt Bitcoin and ban the digital euro, which is something Australia needs to do, because we don't need an Australian central bank digital currency. We don't need it. got enough control by the governments. France has taken a bold step towards reshaping the monetary direction. Lawmakers in the National Assembly have adopted a resolution opposing the introduction of the European Central Bank's ECB, proposed digital euro, while endorsing Bitcoin and the use of the euro-dominated stablecoins as alternatives. That is bullish news. Western Union as well is coming to Solana. And this is like a remittance, you can send money through Western Union. There we go. I'm just getting notifications. Sorry about that, guys. Western Union plans to launch a dollar-backed stablecoin on Solana, opening a new channel for its global customers to move money with lower fees and faster settlements. The company, which built the first transcontinental telegraph line in 1861, is recasting its network for a digital era where transactions clear in seconds and run on the clock. A statement on Tuesday, Western Union said its dollar payment token USDPT will be issued by Anchorage Digital and is scheduled for launch in the first half of 2026. 2026 is going to be a pretty crazy year for digital assets, I believe, anyway. Now, if we come over here, we'll get to X. Have a sip of the coffee, ladies and gentlemen. Jack the Ripper, yes, the first Rex Osprey ETF that was launched surged past $100 million in assets under management after a week of launch, which is wild. Keep an eye on that because this is going to continue to grow. There were liquidations, of course. If you're trading long positions in crypto with leverage, you will get liquidated. There's no doubt about that. Kathy Woods forecasts $25 trillion Bitcoin in crypto market by 2030. Have a listen to this.
Last go at this. The ecosystem, we expect to hit $25 trillion in 2030. The vast majority of that in Bitcoin. Mostly because we look at Bitcoin as, a global monetary system, rules-based that we've been missing since the U.S. went off the gold exchange standard in 1971. That's a very big idea.
25 trillion total market cap. You do the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Barron, this is an incredible tweet, though. JP Morgan's altcoin ETF forecast is wild. XRP, $8 billion of inflows. Solana, $6 billion. Here's why this matters. XRP's real-world utility in cross-border payments, cleared regulatory path for institutional favorite. Solana is fast, but XRP has banking relationships traditional finance actually wants. We could see $50 billion in the first few months coming into this space, in the next couple of months, I should say, which is absolutely crazy. Now, we've got an interesting one here. The White House admin just urged the USA to mine Bitcoin. Listen to this.
All of these projects where there are RFPs going out, building data centers, leveraging all the assets that the United States government has. Deputy Secretary Feinberg over at the Pentagon, Secretary Lutnick, they're businessmen, right? And one of the things that they understand is you have to monetize your balance sheet. If you have a bunch of assets that are not being utilized to the fullest extent, that's a problem, right? That's just waste in a sense. And so they're looking at it as, what land do we have? What energy generating resources do we have that we're not maximizing right now? And one of the ways to maximize that, which actually has kind of a flywheel effect because it can generate revenue and contribute to grid stability, is Bitcoin mining. So it absolutely needs to be part of all of these discussions as they move from RFP phase into implementation.
There you go. They're coming for it. Now listen to Tom Lee, guys.
We've been writing about is probably in a super cycle, similar to what happened to Wall Street in 1971. Because in 1971, the U.S. withdrew from the gold standard, so the dollar became actually synthetic, completely synthetic. So Wall Street stepped in to make sure the dollar stayed the reserve currency. So they built futures, CDs, money markets, and it succeeded because within 10 years, even though the dollar was only 27% of GDP, it became 53% of central bank reserves and 80% of all financial market quotes. So the yen didn't win, the Deutsche Mark didn't win, or the French franc. In 2025, we're tokenizing more than just the dollar. The stable coin is the breakout product, which is a tokenized dollar. But as you know, Larry Fink, Robinhood, they want to tokenize everything on the blockchain, and they're going to build it on a neutral public chain, which is right now 70% of that is happening on Ethereum. So Ethereum is experiencing that same 1971 moment where Wall Street's rebuilding everything onto a blockchain, which we think will be Ethereum. Ethereum could recover its Bitcoin Ethereum ratios 2021 highs. That would put Ethereum at around 21,000 per token. So it's I think an undervalued asset.
21,000 US dollars per token. That is just mind blowing. We have VU as well. This is obviously a Vanguard, S&P 500 index fund. So basically holding a basket of stocks. It hits $100 billion in year-to-date flows, and it's still October. This is just a monster. Vanguard that is a lot of capital coming in, and you can imagine what's coming into the crypto space. I mean, look at IBIT. I mean, this is huge. That is, of course, BlackRock's, exchange traded fund right there for Bitcoin. We could see a 98.4% chance of a 25 basis points interest rate cut in the United States, which is bullish for, of course, cryptocurrency. We will see. Tom Lee, who we just watched, ladies and gents, again bought $100 million worth of Ethereum. A fresh address just withdrew $113 million from the ETH BitGo. With this, of course, matches the Bitmine acquisition patterns. They're buying the dip. Yes, they are. A lot of institutions, again, are. Eric Balchunas, BSOL, is beginning life with $220 million in assets. Impressive. Already half the size of SSK. Surprised they didn't hold off, though, and have come in on day one to get volume and inflows higher. Good news is now we'll only have organic, easier to measure true demand. That is awesome. That is a lot of capital. Grayscale, yes, there are more to come tomorrow. There is obviously Grayscale's ETF going live, which is nice. And again, I just think that the SEC is going to wait till last to basically get the XRP ones live. We do have Michael Saylor. Some of you asked how much Bitcoin he owns. He personally holds 17,732 Bitcoin, which is interesting. Again, moving on, I'm not going to play Gary Gensler. Who wants to see that clown? The S&P 500 has hit new all-time highs. So if those of you have got stock portfolios, keep an eye on what's going on there, because that is crazy. That is pretty much it. But again, BSOL had $56 million in, of course, inflows yesterday, which is the first spot Solana ETF. Very, very exciting. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for those 423 people that joined the live stream tonight. I need to go get some rest because I'm very tired. But any questions about EarnCurve, guys, go email me here, of course, and get set up on the trading bots immediately, because the market is moving, as you can see. These bots trading for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm really excited to see if I can get this harvest bot going, because, again, who doesn't want to accumulate USDT on trading? It's amazing. Anyway, thanks, guys. I really appreciate all of you. Stay safe. If it's morning, have a good morning. Have an espresso for me. Have a good afternoon and a good evening wherever you are in the world. And I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. All right. Take care of yourselves, Bulls. All the best. Take care. Bye.